guys. We were heading to Kentucky, and we were going to drop a load and pick up another load, and that load was going to Phoenix. So I didn't record all of that because when I last left you guys, I had intended on it, but I had the worst 12 hours that day that I've ever had in trucking. And I wouldn't talk about this, but I think it's important because I think there are some people that watch this that are either A, thinking about getting into trucking, or B, they're new to trucking, or C, they're in training and they're going to be out here doing trucking. So I think it's really kind of important to be kind of you know, transparent when it comes to some of these things. So yeah, I had the worst 12 hours of my life. It's the worst. So I got into Kentucky, and I tried to find a place to sleep, but just for you guys that don't know, because I didn't know, there's nowhere to sleep in Kentucky, like at all. So anyway, for like 100 and something miles, I kept trying different stuff on Trucker Path. I get there, it's full. I get there, it's full. I get there, it's full. And finally, I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. I just couldn't do it. I was at the end, you know, I'd already been running a little bit. I was on a split, so I was only going to get to take like a couple hour nap. I was trying to get to my location where I couldn't park. So I don't want to go into all the details here, but I pulled in. Again, nowhere to park, so I just went to bed. I just made a parking spot, because sometimes you have to do that, right? And I walked around the truck 2 or 3 times. I made sure that I wasn't in anybody's way, and I just went to bed. Well, 5 minutes, or not 5 minutes, maybe an hour after I went to bed, trucker comes up beside me, doesn't like where I'm parked, and pulls up beside my sleeper and blows his train horn. You know, that one. So he blows his train horn, and he goes on about his way. And I thought, well, you know what? I walked around this truck. You could fit triples around this thing. It was inconvenient, but it was out of the way, and I didn't have another choice. So I just continued to sleep. Well, about another 30 minutes, I guess that guy that had a stick in his ass, he went into the Pilot or Love's, wherever I was at, and he complained about it because they come knocking on my door and told me I had to move. And he said there's one spot open in the place. It's over. I got my truck holding it, so you can go over there and get it. Now, mind you, there's trucks parked. You have your aisles. Trucks are in the slots, and then beside those aisles, trucks are parked long ways. So you basically got no room. Well, I go over there, and this is the situation, and I got to try to get in this hole. And guys, I'm tired. I've been interrupted my sleep the whole night. And this is why I don't sleep in truck stops ever, unless I absolutely have to. So I get over there, I try to back into that hole, and it's like threading a needle. It's just one of the worst backs that I've ever had to do, ever. And it took me 2 hours to get that into that hole, because you basically had to hit it exactly right on to get around this truck over here that was parked in front of the trucks that were in their slots, and I had to just get that trailer turned just right to get that thing to go in there and not hit the truck on the back side. So I had to get it just barely in the hole and then slide it over, and then I had to inch the trailer over because the truck that I was on one side of the hole was pulled way forward, and then one of the guys was pulled back. So I had to snake it around the guy that was pulled way forward and the truck over here. In 2 hours of this, right? 2 hours, absolute nightmare. I finally got it in there. Now I only have 2 hours of sleep. So I go to bed, I wake up, guys, I'm groggy. I really shouldn't even be driving at this point, but I got to get this delivery, because it's going to be there are repercussions for having late deliveries, and I'm not that far away. So I went ahead, I sucked up, I went and made the delivery, and I go to get reloaded, and you know, this is another 6, 7 hours, 8 hours has passed, right? I'm at my reload, got loaded, go to Love's, scale my load out. Guess what? I'm nose loaded, which means you're heavy on the front of the trailer. There's nothing I could do to get that weight to slide to the back. I had my tandems all the way forward. I was effed. So I had to turn around, and this is, like I said, I'm running on like 2 hours sleep now. I had to drive all the way back to the shipper right when they were closing. And I'm frustrated. I'm beyond tired. I'm the most exhausted that I've ever been in my life. And I gotta get this back in there. And these guys are pissed because it's Friday. It's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever time it was. They're trying to go home. They don't want to mess with me, so, but they have to, because I'll sit there all weekend and they'll have to pay. Like, there'll be, somebody's going to get in trouble. Like, there's expenses for that. I'm not free. So I go to back it in the hole, and I'm at the point now where I'm literally looking out of one eye, right? So this parking lot was weird. However, it was wide open. It was wide open. It was like a football field, literally a football field. There was no other trucks hardly on the parking lot. I had nothing but room. The only thing that was weird about it was they don't have any lines lining up the dock, which that complicates things for truckers when you don't have lines lining up the dock. Because now I'm just trying to hit a hole. So I got to get my angle right to get in there, but I don't have any lines to like work with to get that trailer to get where I need it to be. So it makes it complicated anyways. It's still not that difficult, but it does complicate things. So I go to back up, tired, missed the hole. I mean, completely missed it. Now I'm just messed up, right? Now everything's fucked, because I got to pull all the way out and go all the way back in. It's not a situation where I could just straight pull forward and then back it in. It's too tight for that. So you got one shot. You have to get it where it's going on the turn and then get under it and then push it back. Guys, I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it to save my life. It took me like 20 attempts to even get it remotely close. And mind you, after the third or fourth attempt, this old POS up there, you know, does anybody come down and try to help me guide it in there or anything? No. There's a crowd sitting up on the dock, just talking shit. They're just going crazy. They're out there having a good time. I got a guy over there like grabbing his stomach and doubling over like he's laughing, and I have another guy going like this, turn the wheel, like I don't know that, but I'm struggling because I'm tired. And this has never happened to me before in trucking, ever. This is the first time. They had a crowd up there literally laughing, pointing at me, talking shit. It was the most ridiculing, embarrassing thing that I have ever been in my freaking life, hands down. This was terrible. And because they're doing that, and I see them doing that, and I hear them because I got my window down, right? I'm missing a hole left and right. I can't get it. It's like, it's now, it just went from, you know, level 6 for me to level 10. I'm missing it and missing it and missing it and missing it and missing it. And I just wanted to give up, guys. I wanted to give up. And this was a wide open hole. This was a football. As wide as this road. There was no trucks. There was no trucks. I could not hit that hole because I was that tired. So I got reloaded. Now I'm on my way to New Mexico. I went about 400 or 500 miles after I got reloaded, scaled it. Everything was good. I got my tandems in the right place. And I went about 400 or 500 miles, and I stopped and I slept and I slept and I slept and I slept. I slept a long time, and I felt better. And you know what? Today's a new day. But the moral of that story is, you are going to run into shit. I don't care how long you've been out here. Like, I'm in month number 7. I have backed into those docks, guys. I have hit docks a million times harder than that. I hit a spot in a truck stop last night that my buddy I sent a picture of, who'd been driving 30 years, said it would have probably took him an hour and a half to get into that hole. I can back this truck, but that day I could not. And you will have days where you cannot get this thing to cooperate with you, and especially if you're tired. I don't know what I could have done different, because I had to deliver that load, and if I wanted a paycheck, I had to pick up the other load. So there was no, if they would have loaded it right the first time, I would have never had to go back, and that situation would have never come up. But I just, you know, I think that's important to talk about that stuff because, you know, sometimes when I make these YouTube videos, like I'm out here having a great time, right? I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time right now. I'm loving talking to you guys. We're out here having a blast. I'm in New Mexico. I'm crossing the desert. The weather's beautiful. It's beautiful scenery. But some days in trucking are fucked. And it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not always a good day. And a lot of times, unfortunately, because it's a YouTube channel and I'm a positive person, I like to make positive videos, upbeat videos. I had music for that. I cut things so it looks fun, and because it is fun, and that's how I want to portray it. I'm having a good time. I want you guys to have a good time with me, so I specifically cut my videos so it looks like that. But you know what, I never talk about the bad stuff. Well, now we're talking about the bad stuff, and it happens. And I need to do that. When I run into that stuff, I will tell you guys I run into that stuff and what I ran into, and I'll try to film it. That day I could not do it. I could not do it. That will probably go down as the worst day that I've ever had in trucking, period. And I'm sure I'll have another bad day that just trumps the shit out of that one. But and listen, I'm talking all, you know, I got my mouth running here, and this is, sorry, I have kind of a sailor mouth, so it is what it is. Yeah, I'm sorry if you don't like that. There's the door, you know. But I just wanted to be transparent with you guys and let you guys know that this is not always fun. But aside from that, we got that out of the way. It's a good day. It's a good day, guys. Whoa.